All right, so Valhalla's is Chosen asks, Ryan, have you ever spoken about why WotC decided to go with the wildcard system instead of a craft deconstruct system like most other digital CCGs? Any insight? I like the other systems better, especially considering we have sets rotated out and we can't do anything with currently. We have sets rotated out currently? We don't have sets rotated out currently. But forget that last part for a second. Let's just speak to the main question of why not a deconstructive crafting system like most other CCGs do it. The big issue with destructive crafting is that you are asking players to spend time, a lot of time in your game, figuring out what to destroy, figuring out what magic cards to destroy to get, if we did it that way, to get new magic cards. It's not really a good cycle. Just because everybody's been doing it that way doesn't mean it's psychology and behaviorally what you want players doing. I don't think you want players associating destroying your product for value, destroying the cards for value. If you can provide a system at the end of the day that gives the same economic goals. We talked about efficiency of the economic engine. So at some point, the math behind the system is going to say it takes this much money to get this deck, right? And Hearthstone does it too. It doesn't even matter if it's a deconstructing or a destructive card crafting system. The people behind the economy are going to decide how much it costs for people to get from point A to point B, and then they're going to build the system to fit that economic goal. So anybody who says, well, I don't get enough value from this system, it's not about value. Value can be applied or taken away from any economic and crafting system. So don't make it about value. The value can be there no matter what. Philosophically, the feeling of destroying cards to get cards is way worse on average, especially for newer players. Again, if you're a longtime player, you have to remember that the game designers are heavily designing to make sure that people who are new to this game are stickier. It's more important for the new players to be stickier than for you, the 20-year Magic player, to be pleased with this system. And I don't say you, Brian, you anybody, right? You experienced Magic player are probably already going to be sticky. And so your concerns about that system are actually less important to WotC, because the people who are experts at Magic also have no problem figuring out what to destroy. It's no big deal for Brian or me or anybody else to go in and decide what rares are junkers, what rares are trash, get rid of them quickly, and move on. The new player's trying to figure out this game, and then you're saying, oh, an additional layer on figuring out how to play Magic the Frickin' Gathering is that you have to know all the cards well enough to figure out what to destroy to go get the things you want. And by the way, the things you want had better be correct, or you're going to be seriously regretful. Wildcard regret is still there, but anyway, these are the things that you worry about for a new player. And the arena crafting system really solves that problem. It does not, because it does not ask new players to figure out what to destroy, and it does not ask anybody to spend an inordinate amount of time figuring that out. It's a time saver. Maybe you like the feeling of saying, I don't like these cards anymore, I want to turn them into value. But be happy that the system is not, I'm happy that the system is not asking me to do that with my time. My goal as a systems designer for the arena team was to keep people in my systems for as little time as possible. That the main goal of this software is to play Magic games. So any minute that you're not playing Magic games had better be super important and super vital to eventually getting there. So that's fundamentally why. It's about protecting new players from feel bads. It's about not making anybody turn to Reddit. That was always what I said. It was like, if you put in destructive crafting, you're asking people to leave your software and go learn what to do with it on Reddit, because that's what people do who don't know what's going on. They're like, oh, I gotta destroy cards. I guess I better go to Reddit and figure out what's useless. And we just don't want to send people to Reddit to figure out what to get. To figure out what to destroy to get what they want. Anyway, So fundamentally, that was the reason behind it. And the feel bad for people is that they feel like, well, these are magic cards, they're mine, and magic cards are things that I get to turn into value the way I want, because that's how magic cards work. That's not how digital magic cards have to work. And if you break your mindset of needing value out of your singles and just embrace the mindset of there is going to be an economic friction and they're going to charge me a certain amount to get the decks I want, and the system they're using doesn't require me to do all this extra busy work, that's a good thing. So, Stranger Colin says, don't you already have to seek out information on what deck to craft? Seeking out information on what present to get yourself is a way different experience than seeking out information on what stuff of your what of your stuff you should set on fire. So it's a different field. And do we have any idea of timeline for Mac on Arena? I've been playing it via Mac, Play on Mac, but it doesn't. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know. I have no idea on timelines on that. It was always part of our goals. Part of the reason for developing on Unity was to support Mac, and I don't know where it is on their timeline. But given that it's made in Unity, seems a little silly to not make it more available to non-PC players. So. I'm trying to catch up on chat now, see if there's any questions about that little screed. Froomsai played some Vintage Cube. Tinker Sundering Titan is a good way to go. Valhalla's Chosen says, am I incorrect about Kaladesh and Amonkhet having rotated out on Arena? Those sets were only available on Arena during closed beta, and then they just weren't there when accounts reset on open beta. A friends list? Oh, they do care about a friends list, and that's high on my want list. You know, I just think it'll help a lot. It'll make it a lot better for a lot of people. I've never been a big brother in the program. No, I was partly. I worked in. I was a preschool teacher for summers late in my college career, and then for about 3 years after college. So I was a big brother to a bunch of kids at a preschool, and then pretty soon after that I was dad, so I never got into that program. Not that you can't be a big brother or big sister while being a dad. I think it seems like a great program, so maybe that's something I'll do when my kids are out of the house. Friends list will Zach, make it a lot easier for, like, right, I know you can challenge your buddies or whatever, but how? Like, quick, challenge your buddy. Like, challenge my buddy. Challenge my buddy. I don't even know. I literally don't know how to profile. I don't know. But you know what? If I had a friends list, I bet I could right click on them and challenge them. That's really what I want. I guess what I'm, oh, here we go. Yeah, swords. There you go. Direct challenge. Like, this is awkward. This should just be a friends list, and you can keep this, but why? Just a list of people that I know, whether they're on or not, the ability to chat with them, and then the ability to challenge them would really engage people socially in the software in a way that I think is very important to the long-term health of these kind of games. So really, yeah, when I talk social, it's almost mainly just expanding the challenge feature to be more socially integrated. All right, some good unexpected side chats here, might as well. I happy to have the 75-ish viewers we've got now. I know I'm up against the Mythic Championship, but hey, we drafting. I came in fact, this morning, I won 3 times before going back to sleep and oversleeping and almost missing my stream. Is chat a goal? I would think chat would be a goal if you introduced friends lists. It would be really awkward to... I mean, I guess friends lists without chat would be better than nothing, because you could still do the challenge thing. But I think if you found that... Think about how much different this software would be for you if a lot of your Magic playing buddies were on, and when you logged on, you clicked up here, you saw who they were, and you could right-click and start a conversation with them and say, hey, what's up? You drafting? You know, like, that's just fun. That's just better. That engages you with the game more. So yeah, let's test out these bots though, yeah? We have enough. I came in on this morning to grind a little gold. Got 3 wins in and completed a 750. This is already spun. We had a 750 that we completed to get over 5,000, and we're going to use that now. Sane Mantis had a weird experience. Now I'm kind of curious. I missed that one. Another streamer was recently complaining about their viewers backseat gaming. Wow. Would I consider this rude? Now, I'm now paranoid about commenting on Magic streams. You might catch it. I don't know who the streamer was and if they were just having a bad day or whatever, but it's fully 100% expected, and it's part of the pleasure of streaming that you get to interact with me while we're doing this and make suggestions. If I have any problem, it's that I look to chat too much to help me figure out what to do in a tough spot rather than figuring it out myself and running it by chat. But, you know. Oh, no, this is the free to play. We finished play yesterday on the paid account. That's why it's saying that. Here, I'll switch it. I usually update that at the beginning of the draft, but I can do it, or at the end, the beginning of the play, but I can do that here. 0-0 format, best of 1. All right,